Hi everybody, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. Um, gonna bring you two videos tonight. Two unboxings, I guess you could say. Um, Funny thing is I already did all the unboxing for this, and I even did benchmarks, and all the videos got erased. I sp I was spending like, I don't know, 12 hours. So I got to do it all over again. So anyway, hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the affiliate links in the description. And if you want to donate, my links are on the YouTube page. Um, even though I'm not like a super popular or even good YouTuber, it still takes a lot of time to do this stuff and money out of our own pocket. So, anyway, the first thing I'm going to show is this. This is a gift that I got from my son. It's the ASUS TUF Gaming A15, 15-inch with a Ryzen 5 4600H processor, which is 6 cores. It's got a GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, 6 gigabyte. It only comes with 8 gigabytes of DDR4 and only comes with a 512 gigabyte SSD. Now, the reason we got this laptop was because we were trying to figure out like whether to buy him a tablet, um, a Chromebook, a notebook, or a desktop. Because he's getting old enough now where he's playing games. He's kind of using a lot of the, you know, uh, Windows apps like Paint 3D and stuff like that. Um, and also some other online, drawing, Minecraft, of course. Um, so our original budget was like, you know, $400 to $500. Now that might sound like what? To play Minecraft, you don't really need an expensive laptop. I mean, even the UHD 630 graphics from Intel can play Minecraft. So um, that's all we were kind of, and then it can do the art, the art programs or whatever. But I was trying to shoot for something a little better because, I like the game with them. So I kind of was like, you know, poking the wife to try to let me find something cheap enough, where he could game, with some 3D games and stuff. So technically this laptop is like, $373 over budget. But I was trying to find something cheap but good. Okay. Um, Not the best, of course, obviously, but something that was good. So we got this under $900. It came with a 1660 Ti, which most laptops between $800 and $900 don't have. Most of them come with the 1650 or 1650 Ti, and that only has 4 gigabytes of VRAM. And sorry about the glare, and if my voice sounds weird, I'm using that filter thing because the microphone was sounding bad earlier. I don't know what happened to it. Um, so so let me pull it out, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So it comes in a nice box. Now this isn't how it was delivered. It was delivered in a bigger box, but this is the carrying case that you get. All your serial numbers are on the side. More information on the back. So you might want to save this box or take a picture of it, the labels, so that you have all the information you need. But you know, it comes in a nice carrying box. It opens up kind of like this, you know, nice stylish thing. It's a little worn out now because like I said, I unboxed this thing already before, and I've been taking it in and out, so I kind of already wore it out a little bit. So the laptop is here. I'll take that out last. And for being, you know, like the mid 850s price, it's a nice looking laptop. So here you get the power supply, which I'm going to plug in. So you can see the, um, you know, you can see it boot up and see the lights on it and stuff. Hopefully this video won't get erased because I'm getting really sick of doing this over and over again. So, you know, this just comes out. There's instructions underneath. There's really nothing else that comes with it. You know, I put the little keyboard and mouse um, dongles in there. So you kind of just lift this up and then it kind of closes again. So I'll just put this over here as like a, I don't know, you can see it. Okay, so let's take this baby out. I don't know if I don't really have a way to zoom in, unfortunately. Oh. Comes in a nice, you know, white cover, which you might want to save in the box. And it comes with a screen protector. It's actually a nice looking laptop, as you can see. I got some fingerprints on it. I tried to get them off, but sorry about the fingerprints. But it's actually a nice looking case. Nice design. The bottom, honeycomb bottom. And you can see the cooling solution inside. You can see the copper. It actually has a very nice heating solution. So it's got self-cleaning fans. I'm not sure how that actually works. Got the screen protector here. I'll put that over here. So you can see it's not a bad looking laptop. Got the nice designs here. Sorry about the focus. Doesn't want to. I should have just stuck it on manual focus. So you can see here, it's got the ASUS logo here. It's got the, let me see if you can see it. Yep, it's got the TUF logo over here. Get the light there. There we go. TUF Gaming, it says. Got a nice, you know, design here. It's got the nice designs here. Yeah, it's not really that bad looking. Come on, focus. It doesn't know whether to focus on me or the laptop. That's the problem. And again, nice design. All right, so let's fire this baby up. It's already charged, so see how fast it takes to boot up here. Got to look at the get the pin number here. I forgot it. So there, it's already up. pretty fast SSD. So it's got the nice logo there, TUF Gaming logo. And it's got the keyboards lighting up. Let me turn off the light so you can see that. I'll plug it in because sometimes it gets dull. So it should, yeah. Yeah, it's got the RGB lighting. Not bad at all. There might be a way where I might be able to zoom in somehow. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let me plug this in. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the show you this. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to show you the connectors. So on this side you have one USB right here. This is like the intake for the fan. There is no card reader. And then on the other side you have your C connector, USB, HDMI, network, and the power. And then, like I said, on the back, you just have the outtake for the air. Now I'm gonna see if I can show you like a picture of the. Do I have the mouse working here? Plug it in. Put these in. Okay. We have mouse. All right, great. Yeah, let me see if I can show you a picture of the laptop. It's gonna be hard because number one, I'm recording while I'm doing this. Um, see if I can get a bigger picture here. Okay, good. All right, let me open this up. Close that. I might be able to rotate it. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna rotate it that way you can see it sideways here. So you might get a little dizzy. So this is the cooling solution inside the laptop. There. A lot of copper. Now some people would say, "Oh, that's not enough," but you know, what are you gonna do for you know, 850 bucks? Well, it was like 873 total with tax. So the laptop itself was like low 800s. But you know, you got the fans here. You can put an extra hard drive here. And then over here you can put an SSD. I believe the SSD is here that it comes with. The RAM is here. You can put another stick here. The battery obviously is here. It's not the best battery. It's kind of weak. But yeah, look at that copper. Beautiful, huh? So, you know, for the price, it's not, they didn't do a bad job, you know? Um, they didn't do a bad job in making it, at least in my opinion, you know? Come on, keep focus. So, I should just keep it manual focus. So I went and shut down the Logitech software. I don't know if I can do it while I'm still recording. It's not changing at all. That's very funny. I guess while you're filming, you can't change it. Huh. Well, anyway. Oh, is it working now? Oh yeah, there it is. All right. Well, I don't know. Let's hope that that's gonna be okay there. All right. So let's see here. I don't know if you can get a good shot here. We could probably do some quick benchmarking while I'm talking. It's gonna keep it's gonna keep focusing and going out of focus. I hate when it does that. All right, so yeah. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Pretty big. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain a few things. Okay, so when I first when I first when I first opened up uh, the laptop and turned it on, the the NVIDIA graphics were not the default, so that was kind of a pain. So you have to go into the NVIDIA control panel and tell it to use the 1660 Ti. Okay, but even though you do that, it's not going to show up in the windows. So if you go to the display properties in the windows, you're still going to see the onboard Ryzen graphics. I'm not really sure why they do that, but apparently the Ryzen graphics are controlling the screen. And the NVIDIA graphics are dealing with all the video stuff. So again, I don't know why they're doing all that. Doesn't my microphone cut off? I don't know why it does that when I'm talking into it. Um, so I hope it didn't mess up the video. Um, okay. So what else can I talk about? You can put the you can change in the NVIDIA settings too. You can put it on you prefer performance. So in your power settings, you want to change that to you prefer high performance. Okay, so that it's using the maximum wattage for the GPU and stuff. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, the Ryzen chip in here is going to be your biggest problem. Okay, so for instance, if you run a game at 1080p, medium to low settings, or 720p, you're going to be you're going to have poor performance because number one, the max boost speed on this chip is 4 gigahertz, which kind of is like really weird. Um, Being that it's a Ryzen 5 4000 chip, which I think might be the 2 generations old or something, because I don't understand why it's only got a max of 4 gigahertz. But so that's going to hold you back, especially in CPU bound games. So my recommendation is to run the games that you play at 1080p ultra. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to have some major bottlenecks going on. Because the 1660 Ti is well capable of running 1080p games at high settings. So let the GPU do most of the work. Otherwise, you're going to your frame rates are going to be like crap. In fact, in some of my tests, I ran 1080p high, right? And then I ran 1440p high. And I was nearly about the same frames per second. So you're going to have to kind of play around with that. Like if you're getting bad performance at 1080p, try to bump it up to 1440 high and then see if the GPU is running, if it's working. And if you still don't get quite the amount of frame rates you want, just drop the settings down to like 1440 medium. And you actually might get more frames per second than you would at 1080p. It's kind of really strange phenomenon. So let me see if I'm logged in here. I am. So I did some tests yesterday. Everything, of course, is in here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put, now so every game isn't going to work like I said, obviously. It depends on the game. It depends on lots of things. But the Ryzen chip is going to be the thing that's holding you back, though. Okay, not the GPU. The GPU is running fine. It has, I didn't even give you all the specs, did I? Let me give you all the specs here. So, let's see here. Just to give you more rundown. So the screen is 144 hertz, which is kind of strange because the 4600H is going to be the thing that's holding you back there. Let me see. It's going to show me. Going to give me the specs. I think it's up top. Yeah, okay. So the GTX 1660 Ti is 80 watt TDP, but it has a boost of 1590, so that's not too bad, for a laptop. The RAM is not bad. You only get 8 gigs, so that's kind of holding you back. It's 3200 megahertz though. So I went and ordered RAM for this to upgrade it to 16 gigs because that will definitely help. I also ordered a M.2 drive to put another 2 terabytes in there, or whatever it was I bought, 1 or 2 terabytes. Um, so there's really nothing else I need to really go over. It's got the Wi-Fi, um, RGB lighting. You saw that. It's got self-cleaning fans. I don't know how that works. It's kind of weird. It's got a durable whatever MIL STD 810H military standard construction. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it said the Ryzen chip here. The base is 3 gigahertz and the boost is the turbo frequency is 4 gigahertz. It's a 6-core 12-thread processor. Again, you would think that that would be good, but it's not. Like an Intel chip, you can get that. I mean, even though it says, their boost is low, they'll go up to like 4.5 gigahertz, 4.6 gigahertz, for very short time periods. This one, it's 4 gigahertz max. I've never seen it go over 4 gigs under load. So, yeah. All right. So let's get back. Okay, let me see what we got going on here. Do I have now I was having some problems with the afterburner. Like it was, I don't know if it was because I had it on 1440p. Because you can actually change the screen to 1440p. So, um, yeah. So I would do that if I were you. you know, if you want to get them higher frame rates. All right, so let's see here. Installed. Mm, oh, I took out 3D Mark. Crap. Why did I do that? Why did I take it out? Huh. Hmm. Isn't this my... Oh, this is not my login. That's why. Crap. Sorry about that. I gotta log in. I logged in my son again because I thought I was finished. See what I'm doing. Daggone. Not good. Yeah, so let me log into mine because then I can get 3D markup. It should be in there though. I don't know why I uninstalled it. Okay, there it is. So, I mean, I don't know really running 3D Mark is going to do for you. Um, so if you want to just fast forward to the results, that's fine. I can't really be on too long because I don't have a lot of space left on my other laptop. That only came with a terabyte and it was already like, empty. And I'll show you my results. I'll tell you the results anyway, like, because I have my 1060 laptop. Um, it's upstairs right now. So I'll go ahead and run Time Spy. Uh, come on. Hmm. I thought I installed Rise of the Tomb Raider. I need the network cable here. Where is it? Fortunately, I can't. I might be able to. Let's see. Might be able to sneak it through here. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work, is it? What did I just do? Okay, there we go. That'll be a little better. This thing, I don't know. This thing always had a hard time plugging into things. I don't know why. Man, I should have downloaded it before. Crap. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, there's a square on here. I hope you can't see that. All right, I gotta hurry up because it's gonna be filling up the hard drive here. So let me just, I don't have time for Rise of the Tomb Raider, so let me just do 3D Mark. Let's see, Time Spy Extreme, let's see, Time Spy Extreme is 4K. That will probably kill this thing, so I'm not gonna do that. So Time Spy is DirectX 12, and it's 1440p, so that will probably work it pretty well, you know? A bit of a glare here, I guess. But it'll get better once I start it. So I'm not gonna do the demo first, although you probably should to warm it up, but these stickers, I put this sticker here. A little bit of fancy. You can take all this stuff off here though. It was up here on the monitor. Like right here. 6-core Ryzen. Go. I don't want you to see my serial numbers, but I guess there's no way for me to avoid that, is there? Put it like that. So, you know, the fans do kick in, and, you know, the air is hot, but, you know, it keeps it cool enough where, you know, the frame rates are pretty good. It's running at like 30s, 36. I can run the other one too, the DirectX 11 one. Actually, this seems to really run DirectX 11 games pretty well. I don't have any competitive games, unfortunately, installed, so I can't really do any tests, you know, on those. I just have the Assetto Corsa benchmark, you know, to show you like how if you wanted to do some, you know, car racing or something like that, how that would fare. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I have that in here so we can do a benchmark on that. And I'll show you the difference between 1080p and 1440p. We're already at 33 minutes. So I can't be too long because it's going to fill up my hard drive. So this scene, it's in the 20s, like 25 frames per second. You know, of course, though, this benchmark is like, you know, it's pretty hard on the GPUs. You know, it's not really what I would consider um, a realistic benchmark for gaming. So it's in the 30s here, 36 again, 33, up upper 20s, low 30s here. My glasses are terrible. I can't even read. 36, 37, 34. So I mean, it's running it pretty good. So now we're doing the CPU test here. Well, that was quick. Oh no, here it comes. So it starts out in the 40s, then it quickly goes to the 20s. Very fast. I don't really have anything running in the background except for the antivirus and I don't know, the Radeon software. It's getting a little hot in here. All right, so you can see the score here. Get the score there. There we go. Graphics score 5417, CPU score 5125, 5371. So it has an excellent score, which is kind of funny. The best score is 6,000. What does that say? 6,232. So it actually scored pretty good. Now I can give you a comparison against my GTX 1060 laptop. Let me see. Mm, I don't have the snippet, huh? I like that snippet tool. And you can do like a screenshot. Let me just save this real quick. What's this time spy? Whoops. 3D mark. A15 laptop time spy. All right, so let me compare it to my 1060 laptop with a 6-core Intel. So it says here, compared to other gaming laptops, better than 34%. So if I go to my, so 5371 was the total score. What's the graphics score though? Doesn't say, does it? Okay, so let's see here. All right, so here it said the clock frequency for the GPU, it went up to 1875. That was the highest it went, 1875 megahertz. The average frequency was 1572, so that's pretty nice. And the average temperature was only 69 degrees. Not bad. So let me check out the other results. So I got to remember time spy 5371. So the GTX 1060, the score was 3973. So that's like 1400 points less. So this one scored quite a bit higher. All right, let's go to the next one, which will be, let's see. What's Fire Strike Extreme? Fire Strike Extreme is designed for testing PCs with multiple GPUs. So it runs at 1440p with better visuals. It's made for multiple GPUs, but yeah, because I'm pretty sure the regular Fire Strike it'll kick butt. Well, we'll just do regular. Doesn't tell you the resolution though. Let's just run it anyway. We're gonna run Fire Strike DirectX 11. See how that does. Hopefully I can get done 2 more benchmarks and then I think we'll be done for now. Yeah, I think system RAM, if we add system RAM, it'll probably help out the frames a little more on it might help that Ryzen chip out, you know, if I add the extra 8 gigs. So here we're at 70, low 70s, low to mid 70s, 60s here in the lava, upper 50s, back up to the 60s, 70s. Yeah, it kind of tears into this one pretty good. I'll give you the average frames per second on this one, because this one's more, you know, this is more in tune to actual, you know, gaming, I guess, performance. I mean, I don't know if that's how it renders, but it's just as far as the frames per second go, I would say this is probably more of what you would experience in a game, you know, with these kinds of graphics. So here we're like in the 60s. Nope, 40s there. I don't know why. Back up to 50s, 40s. Probably the particles. 50s here. 60s there at the end. Now this one, for some reason, it's this is probably the CPU. It's like in the upper 40s to low 50s. I hope that they give, you know, do updates for these to support resizable bar. I don't know if NVIDIA is going to give the resizable bar support to 1660 Ti or not. Not sure. So here we're like in the 20s. This has always been kind of a rough area. Again, this probably isn't realistic, like as far as gaming comparison goes. Because I mean, he's just doing a whole lot of rendering there, I think. I would have liked to see how this dealt with Cyberpunk. So here it says it's 12,672. You can't see it. There you go. I'm not really sure like how to read this one here. It says the best score is 3118, but I don't get that. I guess no one uses this benchmark anymore. Maybe. So let's see what it compares to against my GTX 1060. So here it's saying that at 1080p Ultra, you can play Battlefield 5 at 65 plus frames per second. Fortnite 65 plus frames per second. Apex Legends 80 plus frames per second, and GTA 5 50 plus frames per second, and Red Dead 2 it says less than 30 frames per second. So I'm not sure why that is. So if we go to the comparisons, again, the boost clock for the GPU was all the way up to 1890. Average clock speed there was 1625. So, and the highest temperature was 67 degrees. So, it's a boost them really good. The Ryzen chip was 3992 megahertz, so 3.9 gigahertz. All right, let's see what my GTX 1060 was doing for Fire Strike. Fire Strike. So let's see, it was 12,600 for this laptop. So 12,600. And the GTX 1060 laptop with the Intel chip in it was 10,500. So 1160 difference. So 1,160. So it's about the same. Is that Ultra? Yeah, that was regular. So, whereas on the other hand, oh, never mind, I can't compare that. Yeah, that's it. I don't see any more. Yeah, so that's the difference there. So it's definitely doing better than the 1060. So if you wanted, let's see, the frames per second. So graphic test 1, the average frame was 68. Graphics test 2 was 57. And the processor on the physics test was 48 frames per second. So it's really not good. That Ryzen chip just sucks. But anyway, it is what it is. That's why I said run it at higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and run Fire Strike Extreme. I'm curious now to see how it will compare to other. Well, I can't compare that because it's for dual GPUs, so that's not gonna work. Crap. Yeah, there's really nothing else to do here. All right, let's go to the games. Or my hard drive runs out of space. So let's do Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3, and I'll show you what I was talking about because I'm going to do it at 1080p, right? 1080p high settings, and then I'm going to run it at 1440p, okay? And I'm going to change my desktop resolution to 1440 so that it doesn't give me a problem when, I change everything. All right, Cool. So let's put on Borderlands 3. I wish this camera thing had a picture-in-picture. So it takes a little while for it to load up. Yeah, I gotta keep this like within an hour, because it's gonna get too big at 4K. Come on, hurry up. So again, the RAM might be holding it back too. So when I get the, I'm gonna do a video on installing the SSD and the RAM. So after I do that, I'll probably run the benchmarks again and then see if there's any difference. There should be an improvement though. On. I hate the stupid splash screens. Man, I wish they would just start the freaking game up. You know, it's such a pain. So I have the frame counter down here, but I can't see it. It's so small. I don't even know what the point of Steam putting that there. Let me see if I can put it over on the other side here. Let's see. Bottom right. All right, so there we go. I don't know what I have it set at right now. I might have left it at 1440p. Oh my God, are you kidding? It's optimizing shaders again. If you're wondering what software I'm using for the camera, it's the Microsoft camera. So that's why it's kind of crappy. I could have used OBS. I guess I probably should have. Come on. Okay, here we go. All right, so still got sound here. I hope it's working. All right, so sound, not sound, I don't want sound. Visuals. So right now it's at 1080p. Full screen 1080p. Vertical sync off. Field of view is at 90. It looks like I have it on medium settings. Okay, so I got it on medium, 1080p medium. So let me put that on high, 1080p high. Let's try it on high so that the processor can work. And it's running in DirectX 12. I don't know if you can see that. So I just put it on the high setting. I usually turn off motion blur and all that. So I'm just going to keep it at whatever high setting once it has. And then we'll go ahead and run the benchmark. So 1080p high, okay? 1080p high. Come on. Now it does have the stats at the top here, but again, it's like so small. I mean, can't even. Can't even see it. So it's like in the upper 40s, low 50s. And now it's up to 60. Like upper 50s, 60. Mid 50s, lower 50s here. About 49.50. Upper 47, upper 40s now. Back up into the 50s. 60 again. Mid 50s. Going back down to the 40s now, upper 40s. Now the frame time for the CPU is 7 milliseconds and the GPU is 19 milliseconds. So there's quite a difference there. So you might be able to go into the NVIDIA control panel and turn on the latency improvement and see what happens. I don't know if this has, it wasn't showing resizable bar on this. So here we're like in the upper 50s, so. And you know, the fans are running, but they're not really that loud. All right, so let's go back in the options, visuals, check out the results. So the average was 52, like 53 frames per second. The average frame time was 18. So you can see there's some issues there. Get this. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's too glary, right? Can't really get it because it's too much contrast. There we go. Maybe. Huh. I don't know if you can make that out. I may not edit the video, so that's why I'm showing everything to you. Okay, so 53 frames per second. Keep that in mind. It's like 5260. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on high, and I'm just going to change it to 1440. Okay? All right, so I'm now at 1440. Everything's the same, and I'm going to run the benchmark again. And let's see how much of a difference it is. In some cases, you know, it may be better to put it at 1440 and play it on medium. And that will actually give you more frame rates because you're letting the GPU do most of the work. So right now it's starting out pretty low. It's in the 30s. $40 now. Upper 30s. Then what I'll do is I'll run it on medium, okay, and then we'll see what the frame rates are. I should have wrote down what the other one was. Now I forgot already. So it was doing actually better last time, yesterday. I don't know. Might be hot in here. So this might be a CPU bound game, you know, or whatever, because it is Ryzen. They kind of made the game built around the Ryzen chip, so it is a Ryzen friendly game. I should have turned off the Fidelity FX. But again, this is at 1440 high, so you would think that it would be like really bad, you know? You know, the air's blowing out, but it's not, you know, not too bad. I just hate the way they have the air. They don't have the air blowing up in the air. They got it blowing, you know, kind of down, which is, I don't know why they designed it that way. So let's see here. So the average was 37 and a half frames per second. Obviously that's a lot lower, but again, it's doing it, you know. The frame time 26. So let's turn it down to medium. So we'll keep it at 1440 and we'll turn it down to medium. Okay, so I did turn the Fidelity FX off. So everything's at medium now. Right, 1440. Doesn't show the video card here, which I wish it would, because I want to know what it's using, if it's using the NVIDIA all the way. But all right, so this is 1440 medium. Let's see how much the frame rates are. I'm gonna have to get off because it's gonna run out of space soon. My laptop. So here it is. It's at starting out in the 50s, upper 50s. Again, it's warm, but not too bad. So running it now, the frame times are, well, they're pretty much the same as when it was at 1080. But here you're getting, you know, you're getting some higher resolution. You're turning the fidelity down a little, but you're not really noticing that much of a difference as far as like, I don't think there's any quality loss really, to be honest with you, because you're rendering it now at 1440, so it's still going to look decent. So, you know, if you're like me and like to hook your laptop up to like a 50-inch 4K television, you can run this, you know, you can use this laptop at 1440. But they definitely need to get that resizable bar uh, working on these laptops. That would be great. See the CPU and the GPU at 1440. See they're working closer together now. You don't have as much spread. So the frame times are a little higher, but they're together, you know. So you won't have as much. Well, I didn't notice any jitteriness really. There was a couple spots, but so 1440 medium. There you go, 53 frames per second. So I would rather play at 1440 at 53 frames per second. You know, let the GPU do most of the work. So that's just me. I mean, it might use more battery power though, obviously. So if you're like out on the road, you probably don't want to do that. So anyway, that's just one example there. So let's get out of here because I don't have much time. All right, make sure this thing's still on, and it is. Good. All right, so what game should we do next? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Let's just do that. I'll just tell you right off the bat that Assetto Corsa was well into the 100 frames per second at 1080p. Okay, so it was like I don't know. It ranged from like 125 frames per second all the way up to like 160. So the average was like, I don't know what it was, like 115 frames per second or more, depending on how you do the settings. So a set of Corsa, you're well above 100 frames per second. So just take my word on that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, well, that's a different story. But it's not as bad as you would expect. But again, when you bump up the resolution, there isn't a big difference. If I got time, I'll run through one Assetto Corsa, but this is going to cut off soon. And I want to kind of make it one video, and I'm just going to post it, you know? Come on. Oh, there we go. Took a while. All right, so what's it on right now? It's on 1440 right now, so let's put it at 1080p. TAA is on, DirectX 12 full screen. I'll let you know what the settings are when I start the game. I think I had it on normal, but I'm not sure. Whatever normal is. But you know, for the low 800s, this is not a terrible laptop. It's just that Ryzen chip is just really weak. So, all right, so 1920 by 1080. VSync off, TAA for the anti-aliasing. Graphics are on normal. So it's normal, 8 times anisotropic. Bloom is off, motion blur is off. I have screen space reflections on. Screen space contact shadows normal. Pure hair is on low. And, you know, the volumetric lens flare and screen effects are on. All right, so I have it on normal right now. 8 times anisotropic. So let's run the benchmark. That's 1080p. So let's go ahead and run this. See what we get on normal. I mean, you could put it on high, but then that's just going to drop it down into like the 40s. I mean, 30s or whatever, you know. So let's just see what normal is. That's a more realistic setting. Come on. You can do it. So I'll just do the 1080 and 1440 so you can see what it's like. And then we'll end it off. So, yeah, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. So it's starting out at 50 something, 58, mid 50s, low 50s. Upper 40s now in that spot. Upper 30s right there. Mid 40s here. Back up to 50, low upper 40s. Low 40s. Upper 30s there. So where you see all the particles, I guess. So it went down to like 33 for briefly. Yeah, so yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to see more benchmarking of this, let me know. I'll do more benchmarks. I'll do a different video next time. If you want me to do more, I'll just put, the results up. So this is like low 50s, upper 40s. Now we went down to the 30s there briefly. Kind of bouncing all over there. I don't know why. Now it's up to the 50s. It was like 30s, 40s, 30s, 40s. Now there was an update. I did do an update to this yesterday on the BIOS. So you have to do a BIOS update too. I forgot to tell you about that. Um, I don't know what the BIOS update changed though because it was just done through the ASUS software or whatever. It like updated a whole bunch of crap. So it seems like it's running a little worse after that BIOS update. So I wonder if they added resizable bar support. I should go in and check that. I should have put the latency on. I kind of feel messed up I didn't do that. So we're like in the low 30s here. Now this is the CPU is doing most of the work here on normal. So the GPU probably isn't doing a whole lot of work. So we're in the mid 30s there. 35, 36. Up here we'll probably go up to like upper 30s, maybe 40. Yeah, 40. We hit 40. All right, so yeah. Yep. Got time to do one more. All right, so I don't know if you can see this or not. Not really that. There you go. You can kind of see the max and minimum there. You can see 1660 Ti. All right, so yeah, so just to read it off, the average CPU frame rate was 43. CPU render was 72, and the GPU, the highest was 106. So yeah, that CPU is just not doing it. All right, so let me turn up the graphics, turn up the resolution to 1440 here. All right, so we're at 1440 normal. All right, so let's run this benchmark. Where we got to get off here. Oh, average was 43 frames per second. Sorry, I forgot to show that to you. So 43, 43, I think it said. Crap. Sorry about that. I was looking at the other thing. Oh well. I think it was 43 frames per second. So here we're starting out like in the 40s, lower 50s, mid 50s. Upper 40s. Upper 30s there. Lower 40s. So now the GPU is doing most of the work. Come on, don't start. So we're like in the 30s there. Mid 30s there. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out to be higher. So we're in the 50s there. Should drop to the 40s once we get into the woods here. It's not really dropping much. It's staying in the 50s. Wow. There you go, 40s there. Went into the 30s, kind of bouncing 30s, 40s there. So, this is kind of proving my point here, that in some games, if you play at a higher resolution, you might actually gain frame rate just because of this Ryzen chip. And it's probably going to be steadier too because, the GPU, when it's taking a full load, it's kind of staying consistent. Whereas that CPU is just all over the place. I mean, it's pretty nuts. So it's in the 30s here, so this is probably not going to be much different down here. Because again, I don't know like what it's rendering here. Plus it's at 1440 obviously, so it's going to be, doing a lot more work with all this detail. But I mean, it's not really much different. It's like 35, 36, 35. $37. Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy. Really weird. $43 frames per second. Isn't that funny? The same. But now the averages are evened out. So you got CPU game 44 average, CPU render 68, and then the GPU 68, right? And I should have showed you the graphs earlier. The graphs, especially this one up here, is a lot closer. Like before, they were much spread apart more, I think. So, yeah. So again, that Ryzen CPU is going to hold you back. If I had time to do the racing, I would, but there's just no time. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. So this is the where it runs out. This is the come on. ASUS TUF. Here, let me put it here for you. That's what it is. So if you want to look it up for yourself. Okay. Now the price went up a little bit. I happened to catch it on sale. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. God bless. Take care. Love y'all. Peace.